Stonewalling is an abuse tactic that narcissists use for a few different reasons. It could be because you're telling them something important in your life. It could be because you're disagreeing with something they're saying. Or it could just be because they're just outright being a narcissist, just being a jerk, looking for a supply, looking for a reaction in order to make themselves feel more important than they are. But an example or examples of stonewalling is, say you're taking a ride in the car and you're telling them about a promotion you just received, and you're telling them how excited you are about your future and all the great things that are happening in your life. Well, the narcissist is probably going to change the subject, okay? And they're not going to do it in an overt way. They're going to disguise it. They're going to be real subtle about it because they don't want to hear about anything good that's going on in your life, and they genuinely don't care. Okay, if they're not the center of attention, they don't really care what's going on with you. So the way they'll change the subject is probably using the 3 A's. And I know this is deep, but this is how they think, whether they know the terms and the way we identify these behaviors or not. This is what they do. So they'll probably use the 3 A's. And the 3 A's stand for acknowledge, answer, then ask a question. For those of you who might be in sales, you know the way to regain control of a conversation is to use the 3 A's. And essentially, whoever is asking all the questions in the conversation is controlling the conversation. So, for example, you might say, hey, I'm having a great day. Just got a promotion. Oh, I got so many great things going on at this new job. It's really looking up for me. I'm just on my way to being a leader, on the way to being a supervisor, and things are just going great. So the narcissist may use the 3 A's. Acknowledge what you said. Oh, okay. Answer it. Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm proud of you. And then ask a question. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So did you remember to give the plumber a call about the leak in the bathroom sink? All right. Now, this is a perfect example of how narcissists are not crazy. They're not stupid. They're just evil. Okay. And there's been times where people may have talked to me in public places, people I don't know, or just somebody talking to me about something they have no business talking to me about. And I wish I had that knack to just change the subject without sounding rude, and get out of there, But when they do it, it's not them saying, well, what time is it? Or what's the weather like out there? No, when they change the subject, it's going to be something valid, a valid question that may be going on in your lives. It's going to be very subtle, but nevertheless, when you're telling them something important, something that means a lot to you, they're going to find a way to change the channel and change the subject. And it's going to be very subtle. All right. Or if you're having a conversation about something, about a topic that's important to you, and they don't agree with you, or you don't agree with them about what they're saying, they'll use that same method, that same strategy to change the subject. Okay. And it's very similar. This tactic of abuse is similar to the silent treatment, which is very abusive, but this is not as overt as that. Okay. Silent treatment is done over a window of time, where this is done in increments, in moments here and there. And even though it's irritating, it's not as hurtful in the moment, but in the scope of things, all right, you'll see the impact that it has on a relationship and how abusive it is. And sometimes they just do it just to do it. All right. You can be texting them All right. You can say, hey, how's your day going? I'm thinking about you. And they'll acknowledge it. Oh, day is going well. I'm doing well, having a good day at the job. And then you'll say, oh, well, did you enjoy that lunch I made for you today? And then just not even answer anymore. Or maybe not even answer for a few hours. This is an example of stonewalling, just to irritate you, just to get a reaction out of you, just so they feel important. All right. Narcissists thrive off of reactions. This is Reactions are probably the essential main source of the supply they get from you. And it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, as long as you're reacting to them. As long as you can say later on, hey, you know what? When I'm talking to you, it's not good that you change the subject. Or when we're texting, it's not good that you just stop. Can you do better with that? Can we work on this? This is supplied to them. These are the type of things that make them feel important. All right. And they are very, very intuitive and very patient and very calculated. So if you start asking them questions about their whereabouts or something that's going on in the relationship, they'll pick up on where you're going with it, and they can see that this line of questioning is leading to them perhaps or possibly having to be accountable for something they're doing or have done, and they will change the subject. All right, they'll use the 3 A's. Or you could be telling them about some good news you got, or something that's important to you, something you'd like them to change, which is important to you, something you'd like them to start doing. And they'll start looking at their phone, or maybe walking away, or going in the bathroom, or start shaving, or start doing their hair, whether it's a he or she. Just anything they can do. And keep in mind, it's calculated. It's only when it's something they can sense very important to you. And this is what's going to be very irritating and very frustrating to you. It's called stonewalling. All right. You can text them about something, and it could be very important to you. And they may acknowledge that text once, they may acknowledge it twice. You may think you're in a bona fide dialogue, especially if you're a woman. A lot of you love to have a conversation through texting, and they may answer once or twice, and you're really in your feelings and messaging, and then they just stop messaging. They just stop acknowledging, stop replying to anything you got to say. This is stonewalling, and in the moment, it's very aggravating. It's very irritating, and in that moment, that series of moments, it may seem more irritating than hurtful. But like I said before, in the scope of things and over a significant period of time, you'll see how abusive it is, because what they're doing is they're training you on how to treat them. They're training you to get a knowledge, whether conscious or subconscious, that they don't want to be accountable, that they don't want to hear about any good news you have, that they don't want to hear about any goals you have, or any positive objectives you have. They don't want you to disagree with them. What they're using this method as a way to teach you what and what not to talk to them about. And it's really deep. And I know it's spooky, but this is what you're dealing with if you're with a narcissist. And if you've been with a narcissist, I know this resonates with you, and you're finding out there's a name for this behavior. And if you watch, my platform, if you watch YouTube or any other social media, you'll find out and learn about terms that you may not have been familiar with. And you're finding out, wow, there's a name for what I've been going through. Okay. And if this video has been a blessing to you, feel free to follow me. I'm Phil Green TV on everything. Okay. On YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Phil Green TV. And I'm also available for one-on-ones. So if you need some coaching, you need to talk to somebody who's been there firsthand and been delivered and set free from trauma bond and wants to show you how to do it, I would definitely recommend utilizing this opportunity to talk with me. All right. I love you with the love of the Lord. Have an awesome and blessed day. Peace out.